So when people first start a fitness journey, they assume that they've literally got to go balls deep, or at least do everything they can within their power to ensure that they get the results that they want. And I'm not saying that they do everything that they can. No. They go one step further. They try and do everything that they think they should do. Because unfortunately, social media has kind of infected the minds of society and has made everyone believe that in order to get to a point where you have lost fat, gain muscle, become more confident, you have to adopt the routine of a fucking bodybuilder. Listen, if you're watching this video, you most probably don't want to stand on stage in front of countless judges and get your physique judged. You probably just want to be able to take your top off in public, be able to get pictures taken of you on a night out without feeling like shit, and have sex with the lights on. That's what you want. So start training like that. Stop training like you are going to stand on stage in front of everybody. Stop trying to do too much. Stop trying to go balls deep. And what I mean by that is you don't have to go to the gym 6-7 times a week to get results. You don't have to restrict all of your favourite foods, sacrifice your social life, and ultimately eat the bare minimum in order to lose fat. You don't have to try and attempt 20,000 steps a day in order to improve your activity. Because all of these things, sure, they will help, like actually guaranteed they'll help, like you will make progress by doing these things. But for the general population, i.e. you, it's going to be incredibly hard not just to do these things, but by expansion to keep them up. And that's why people fall off track, because they are just too difficult to keep up. Like if you've never been to the gym before, or you lack going to the gym enough, it's going to be incredibly difficult to go from that to then going to try and do the gym 7 times a week. If you've never tried to diet before and you obviously eat too much relative to what you burn off, it's going to be incredibly hard to try and get rid of 1,000 calories from what you currently eat. So stop trying to go balls deep. Stop trying to go from 0 to 100 miles an hour straight away, because you're going to fail. Instead, what you need to do is focus on what you can do, not what you can't. If you've never been to the gym before, or you go every now and then, I recommend starting to try and go 2 to 3 times a week and start improving the consistency of that. Instead of trying to adopt 1,000 calorie deficit and restrict all of your favourite foods, never again ordering a takeout or going to your favourite restaurants, work out your maintenance calories and try and eat that instead. And then when you can get a little bit more consistent with that, start eating at between 5 to 10% below that to enter a caloric deficit, and therefore accelerate the fat loss rate. And then once you've done that and you've started to be pretty consistent with it, attempt to eat 5 to 10% below it in order to create a caloric deficit, and therefore to accelerate the rate of fat loss. If you know that you're pretty sedentary and do fuck all apart from a cheeky scratch of the nuts every now and then during the day, then you're most likely going to find it very, very difficult to go from that to attempting 10,000 steps every single day. So all you need to do is focus on just improving it some amounts. If you get about 2,000 steps a day because you work a sedentary job and you don't really do much, try and achieve 3,000 steps instead. Then once you've done that, try 4,000. Once you've done that, 5,000, 6,000, and so on, until you can hopefully hit the 6,000 to 10,000 range. Stop going head first into everything straight away. Do what you can do and progress it from that point, because it's going to be so much easier to stick with. You're going to get way more results, and ultimately you're going to find it way more enjoyable as well. Because deep down, the issue isn't what you're doing which isn't working. If you create 1,000 calorie deficit, if you get 20,000 steps a day, if you go to the gym 7 times a week, you are going to get results. That thing is certain. The issue is adherence. The issue is sticking with it. Because it doesn't matter if you do all of these things for 1 to 2 weeks, if you ultimately fall off after the second week and then do fuck all for the rest of the year because you found it difficult to stick to. You need to find something which works, you need to find something which you enjoy, and you need to find something which you can genuinely stick to and which doesn't make your life either a misery or a never-ending cycle of trying it, failing it, giving up, trying it, failing it, giving up, and so on. I hope that helps, and I hope that does make sense. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to give it a like. If you've got any questions, feel free to comment below, because I'd be more than happy to have a chat with you and answer any questions that you might have. Alternatively, subscribe to this video if you want to catch the next one. And if you do want any free fitness or fat loss based content without any typical bullshit in the industry, feel free to follow my Instagram at k.p_health. Looking forward to talking to you. I will speak to you again very soon. Have a good one.